Hey guys, it's Cyrus of Chaos. In light of what I've been posting recently about the uploading process of these tournaments, I decided today I would put a little twist on that and actually show you the whole process from start to finish. So first we import the files after downloading them. Then I find the first part of the first video, which for me is when the first person walks on the screen, set the in point. Find the very end of the first bout, which is where the last person walks off the screen. Then I set that, double check off screen to make sure this is a 32 bout. It is. So we label it Team L32 Romania versus Poland. It's the first one in the sequence. I do that for organization purposes. Then I make sure that the sound is lined up correctly. So if it is lined up, I usually just eyeball it to see when something I hear corresponds to something happening on the screen. So as they tested, the lights came on, the sound happened at the same time. So this is good sound. So then I don't need to make any adjustments to the audio. And from there, I just do the same thing to all the rest of the videos. So I'm going to do that in 2000% speed so that you don't have to sit here and watch, because this process is honestly kind of boring. It's really important to make sure that those numbers are there at the beginning. They don't matter for YouTube, but they're very important to make sure that I stay organized, because there's 4 streams. So theoretically, there should be 4 videos number 1, 4 videos number 2, 4 videos number 3, etc. Sometimes there's only 2 videos for number 6, or maybe 3, depends on what they are. But the point is, if I don't label that stuff, these things are just all over the place, and it's very easy to misplace something or get it lost. Here I'm doing the podium matches, which I will usually upload first, since I know that people always want to see those as soon as possible. And then we go through the other 3 streams. I chose to show this process, which is happening passively in the background, with team matches instead of individual matches, because team matches take longer and there are less teams in the tournament. So each stream will usually only contain about 5 or 6 team matches, whereas each stream for individual contains about 15 individual matches. So it takes a much longer time to do that. So this is a much more compressed version of it than it even would be with individual. So the first 3 streams, the audio was fine. Here the audio is not fine. I don't know that yet in my actual editing process, but I do want to show you what that looks like. So I have the sequence, I check, I can see the sound is a little bit off, both in the way that the referee says ready fence and the way that the lights come on. You can see from the way that the referee says Ale that they don't actually start for a couple of, they start later than they should. So what I'm looking for now, because I can't line that up perfectly, I'm looking for a blade contact. But I can't really see it very well here, so I'm going to go on to another touch. There's one. So now we're going to try to cut the audio and the video so they line up perfectly. Now the sound lines up nicely. So I save this one and go back into the editing process of doing the rest of the videos from this stream. And now we're done with this. That whole process, by the way, took about 50 minutes. Step number 2 is converting the videos to a more friendly YouTube format. Now, this step isn't necessarily necessary, but it does make the processing process once they're on YouTube a little easier, As you can see on the bottom of the screen, this process takes about 2.5 hours. Now that that's done, we do the actual uploading. The uploading of the videos is very quick and easy. What takes a little bit longer is actually labeling them. So you can only upload 15 at a time, so I'm going to upload the first 15 videos, and while that's happening, I'm going to start labeling them. I just want to point out that in the last 2-week period, I have done this for over 100 different streams, probably closer to 150 at this point. I have completely lost count. But between all the different events for Asian Cadet and Junior Zonals, Pan Am Cadet and Junior Zonals, European Cadet and Junior Zonals, the World Cups in Cairo, the World Cups in Athens, the World Cup in Padua, and this coming weekend, there's another World Cup in Budapest. I think I've probably spent something like, I don't know, 70, 80, 100 hours doing this in the last 2 weeks. And so one of the ways that you guys can help support me in this process is by donating to my Patreon account, or if you don't want to send recurring payments, just send me a one-time payment for coffee or something for Venmo or PayPal. Those links are all in the video description. Any little bit helps a lot, and at some point, if I want to make this my living, I've got to figure out a way to get this all monetized. So if anybody has any ideas for that, please feel free to let me know. This whole process of labeling and uploading team events probably takes about 30 minutes. With individuals, it takes closer to 2 hours, and there's a lot more, so my brain turns to mush much more quickly. Oh, I found a little mistake. It's not the 32 medal bout, it's just the 32 bout. I checked to make sure the thumbnail is good. You can either upload your own custom thumbnail, which for the amount of videos that I do would take way too long. I always do that for the semifinals and the final, but for each of these matches, it doesn't make any sense. So I tried to pick the one most exciting screenshot. Like, this screenshot is not good because it's the back of 2 of the volunteers. So if there's another option here, I will definitely pick that one. And the one on the right and the left are both people fencing. I like the right picture better, so we save that. And then we just do that process for the rest of the videos. This part is pretty quick, but like I said before, I noticed that I made a mistake, and because I was copying and pasting, that mistake was transferred to all the videos. So now I just double check. Under where it says restrictions, I said I should see none. That one says not available. So sometimes it just takes a second, so I refresh the page. But they all say no restrictions. That may change at some point later when they're done processing. You see on the left, they all still say processing to HD. Once they're done with that, some of them, and one of them even still says checking. Once they're done with that, one of them may have some sort of copyright infringement thing that I need to deal with. But if that's not the case, then we're done, and I just wait until the videos upload tomorrow. Although in my case, it means I'm going to go cut up another stream right now. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my Emerald and Platinum patrons, David Amrani, Jonah Atkinson, Tiffany Miller, and Veronica Saran for their very generous contributions to this channel. Any other names you see are gold patrons. Thank you guys so much for the contributions. They really help out a lot and will enable me to make more videos like this. If you have any more ideas for what you want to see next, you can vote on those things on my Patreon page. To help support the channel, you can find links to my Patreon, PayPal, and Venmo accounts in the video information. Thanks, guys. See you next time.